in. We going live right now. Sip on some wine or Bacardi while the spotlight is bright. Grab a seat for the Monday night panel. Nick and the Mars coming through with the light.
Hope nobody gets stung. Avoid that killer bee. Don't get bit by Sue Ellen. The squad is finally free. United with one ambition, seeking out the missing. Monday night we on a mission. United with one ambition, searching for the missing. Mod squad on a mission.
No time for breaks, got the ammo in hand. Find the porch perp and make him shake. We standing for Nancy and the truth across this land. Fight for the people when they voices start to break.
Hope nobody gets stung. Avoid that killer bee. Don't get bit by Sue Ellen. The squad is finally free. United with one ambition, seeking out the missing. Monday night we on a mission. United with one ambition, searching for the missing. My squad on a mission, marching past the desert line. Sheriff Manos is a goon, looking like he wants to fly straight up to the moon. The justice gotta come soon. United with one ambition, seeking out the missing. Monday night we on a mission. United with one ambition, searching for the missing. My squad on a mission, rise with hearts ablaze. Never let the justice fade. Rise with hearts ablaze. The mission is already made. Shout out Nika RPG. Lord, one day we out here.
Shout out to Tim. Thank you so much. Awesome. All right, I got the link up. If anyone would like to come on. How many we got watching? No, thank you. That was cool. And I used a different one. All right. Well, I got a lot of people coming in. Add DJ. Hey,
Hey, what's happening?
not much.
You was looking like you was about to crawl under your desk, so I thought I would help you out.
I'm actually on my phone. At the same, I'm multitasking.
Hey, that works.
Yeah, no matter what I do, I come through as Nick because I'm the one streaming it.
Well, that's because you're managing mod.
Yeah.
And
I have
so
to use,
when, huh?
yeah, I have to use my phone in order to come across as myself, you know? It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
That way everyone don't get excited and think the man's in the chat. Hey, Nikki, you want to come on? I hear she's going to be going live later too. Nikki's Unjust Stories.
Yeah, JLR just went live too.
You know, it's been eerie and quiet today. It's like somebody decides to come on and it's exactly at 9.
Well, I think everybody, well, between, I don't know about where, out here in the West, it has been brutal hot. And
Yeah.
so It isn't until it kind of cools off that you really feel like doing anything.
Yeah, I wonder the heat advisory here too. It's insane.
I
I got that
seen,
link up there for you, Nikki, if you want to jump in.
whoops.
So what have we learned? What have you learned, DJ? I know you've
I
been battling
learned
fires, but have you come across anything interesting?
I caught the interview room last night, and I mean, we all knew Nanos is about as shady as it gets. And then, that might not work. My dog wants to play with this ball. But the county attorney, she don't sound a lot better. And so I tried to dig into the board of supervisors, and I just typed in, and the initial search was Pima County Board of Supervisors corruption. And I think we're going to have to go into that one by each one's name. But Tucson kind of seems like an elected mafia to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you have you've got, go ahead.
Yeah. Who do you think is behind getting everything dropped against like 857 and the being allowed to go outside of Nancy's house again?
I wouldn't go outside Nancy's house.
I wouldn't trust it either, no matter what they say.
I wouldn't care if I had two sheriffs standing there being bodyguards. I wouldn't go out there.
Exactly.
It's working.
Brenda's in the
Hey,
house.
Brenda.
How's your vacation going, Brenda?
She muted.
Talking, you're muted.
Hey, no, I hear you. I'm just trying to get my signal to work. I'm dropping out and in a lot.
I am trying to get this where I can get on my phone
Can you
with
hear
this.
me?
I can hear
Yeah.
you. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
DJ?
your sound is good, Brenda.
Okay. So I might have to just be in chat.
You can't hear us then.
Oh, I just heard you, GJ.
I'm just try to refresh.
I don't know if you guys can hear me.
I want to tell her to go out and come back in, but I can't do it.
Yeah, I was gonna tell her just refresh
Yeah.
from right here. It'll drop her down, but then she can come right back in.
Right.
StreamYard is a memory hog. I know if I'm on StreamYard and I try to open maps or anything like that, it does not take long and everything is just bogged down.
Yeah. I got so I stream the scanner from my house for Nick. Okay,
I just text him in the middle of work and say, "Hey, are you busy? Go check this out."
Yeah, so I Okay, Nikki, did you see the link up there? Did you click on it? But I haven't figured out how to, because I use OBS Studio to do the scanner. I haven't figured out how to stream two together at once. So I use StreamYard to do this on Monday nights.
I do know that if you link your channel to StreamYard, you can stream from like your computer is hooked and streaming to Nick's, but with your phone, you can share it to your channel.
Yeah. I'm still new at it too. So is Nick. He's new too. So we're trying to figure it out together.
Yeah, it really isn't too bad once you get the hang of it, other than the fact that I don't know if it eats up data or memory. I don't know why it bogs down.
Right.
But
okay, Nikki. See you in a minute. So JLR is live as we speak as well. So I appreciate everyone that chose to be here with us tonight. He lives like 20 minutes from me. I should go knock on his door and be like, hey, why you do that? You know? Why you do that?
With everything going on for him, knocking on his door could be bad.
Yeah, right? I'm not a troll, I promise.
I could give you his phone number and you could text him with the heads up.
I typed in his chat before he went live, and I told him, hey, you owe us a live. You need to come say hi now.
Yeah. Maybe he'll send in people over to do a raid or something.
Right.
I don't know if they do that.
I don't know.
I really haven't seen it.
So what do you guys want to talk about tonight? Any ideas in chat? Let us know in chat. You want to talk about the upcoming court date for 857 tomorrow? Want to talk about the upcoming court date for Derek Kalala coming up on the 2nd? Juanita's parking ticket has been upgraded to public nuisance charge. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing, and I really don't know because nobody has gotten Anita to really come on and talk about it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I do not like being on camera, so I'm getting ready to change this to if I can. I don't know what I'm doing. Tiny circle. But yeah, that is that's ridiculous. You know, and she's handicapped too. Like, why are you going to pick on an old lady?
Well, first off, what about the Americans with Disabilities Act? Anita cannot walk that far.
Yeah.
And, I mean, regardless of where it is, they always have handicap parking. And so there has to be an exception. And as far as public nuisance, I mean, other than getting a little mouthy with the cops, but the cops were kind of dickheads to start with.
She told him, "You need help."
Yeah.
I love Juanita. Oh, she told him. She told him good.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was no reason for that.
The
So
only
who do you think
reason,
is behind getting the charges dropped on 857, and who do you think's behind it? Because I heard it was the DA, but yeah, I heard the DA is just, hi Nikki. I heard the DA is just as bad as
yeah, that DA county attorney, yeah, she ain't no prize. I mean, she's your typical progressive Soros type DA. Turn all the criminals loose. As long as you've killed somebody, raped somebody, ran drugs, you're good. But if you get a parking ticket, you might face a chair. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
Yeah, and
so,
Brenda just said it. 6 cops for one Juanita, you know?
yeah. Well, you know,
One disabled lady. It was ridiculous. And wasn't that the same time there was like 15 cars parked down the road? And they
yeah,
passed those cars to get to her?
yeah, it was when those graduation parties were going. And
Yeah.
the cops had to go right there before they could do anything else. So we'll get to them. Yeah, because somebody said something about it.
Nothing better to do with their self. I mean, they're officers of the law. And they got to go pick on a lady that parked because she can't walk. Give me a break.
Well, who do you think is really the one pulling the strings behind the scenes?
I wonder if it goes above Nanos, but with his ego and from what I've seen, I wouldn't doubt it one bit if it was all him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he seems like a narcissist, a control freak. You know, he's got a huge freaking.
Harry, you hit it on the head with that one.
So
Yeah, but
I think he likes to call the shots.
Yep.
What about Elma Hernandez?
I don't think anybody can tell what Nana's what to do. I mean, I'm not saying nobody else is behind it, but I feel like, could you picture anybody telling him what to do?
There's something playing in the background. Can you guys hear it?
I don't.
My fan?
No,
But I ain't shutting that
talking.
off.
It's talking.
Oh, no.
I wonder if it's.
Someone's in the back talking.
I take care of my parents, and I have two little baby monitors. I wonder if that's them. Hold on.
I don't think so because I can hear. I think I can hear you now. So maybe I'm on a delay or something.
Oh, maybe.
Do you have YouTube open still?
Yes, I do. I have StreamYard too.
That's why. That did that to me.
Did it? So what do you need me to do, sweetheart?
I just turn the volume down on YouTube.
Okay.
And then I leave StreamYard up. Or is it
Okay.
vice versa? I don't remember.
See,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
reason I say Elma Hernandez is because February 13th, she went on a full-on Twitter tirade about streamers. And then shortly after that is when Nanos flipped the switch. That's when the parking restrictions, and then, or not the parking, but they took it to one lane and you had to park off the road. And then a couple of days later, that's when no parking whatsoever. but they waited until mainstream media was already gone, and the only ones still going out were streamers.
I mean,
And
yeah,
so,
I'm sure
uh,
she has a hand in it, but she's just adding fuel to the fire,
Yeah,
feeding his ego, making him feel more powerful.
yeah, you could
I
be
mean,
totally right about that.
I don't know. Let's see. What is this? What have you learned new, Nikki? Anything new?
Juanita is just the best person in the world. I love that lady to death.
Me too.
And I loved that when she was talking about them changing over her to her ticket to a nuisance, she said that she was going to subpoena everybody. And she started making, she was saying her list, and I loved it. She had so many people in Tucson that she was going to subpoena.
You
So
get the
yeah,
feeling they're gonna start scratching their heads and saying, "I think we messed with the wrong lady."
yeah, because you know what it is? They know her because she goes in so much in there to get documented. They know her in the where they
Yeah,
know her from just coming in and getting documents and checking on things because she stays on top of that.
she's a smart lady. She's gonna fight.
Very smart. They're very lucky to have her around. I've said that over and over. You know, it's just, is my delay so far off, you guys?
I hear you good.
Okay. As
Are you
long
still?
as everybody can hear me, I just don't want to mess your thing up, and I would
No,
come
it's
back in
it's
if you
great.
thought I needed to. Okay. But yeah, she is just very, very intelligent. Super, super, they're super lucky to have her around. The one thing that I feel like I've probably expressed more than anything lately is the way you feel about things, the way we feel as humans, and the
Yeah.
way things kind of change in us. And me personally, I know why Alex was out there. I know why he was there. I know why he was doing what he was supposed to do. I I had to go back to the very beginning and trace almost everything I saw him on. And he did so much of the boots on the ground at the beginning. He
He
did
did.
so much of trying to get search parties together and then getting told that they can't search without a permit. They tried to throw everything at Alex at the very beginning. And that's when he was doing a lot of that with Tay Tay, and she had the metal detector. And so they were going in the tunnels. They were talking to homeless people, trying to find any trace of Nancy being around any of those places. So I saw them do a lot of talking to homeless or people that are on the streets. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just saw a lot of that. Then I saw what everybody else saw. I saw him up. I saw him sitting in front of Nancy's reporting, keeping her name out there, kept talking about her. You didn't hear it from the local news. You wouldn't hear that from the local news. They weren't reporting on her
Silence.
every night,
Yeah.
but he was. So I went with everything he was doing. I was trying to figure it all out. So then this is just a personal touch in here. And this is what turned me the whole complete way. I lost my husband 7 years ago. Most of you already know that. My son sits in a certain spot in the living room, and it was bothering me. So I said something to him, and I said, "Why don't you scoot down on the other side of the couch? Like I said, your butt's going to make an engrave into the couch." And he was like, "Oh, Mom." And I said, "Why do you sit right there?" And he said, "Because this is where I feel my best friend the best." And I knew it right then and there. I knew everything that Alex had said in his heart how he felt about this lady and wanting her to come home, it was all factual. Because everybody does things different. Everybody doesn't move the same, you know, and I had to put myself into other people's spots, and I had to keep my mind open. I couldn't close my mind.
Yeah.
I think
We all handle things differently. You know,
yes,
when I'm
ahead.
sad or
Sorry.
I'm afraid, I will crack jokes. I will act up.
Yep.
You know, it's how I get through things.
So
I don't want to
true.
get emotional in front of people. I'm tough. You know what I mean? I don't cry.
Me, but
So
I've been so weak this last year.
I'm gonna act a fool, you know, and
Yeah.
you know, we all do things different. Even the reenactment, a lot of people were mad about that.
Did they
You
really
know,
think they were going to walk on the property?
nobody. Yeah,
Come
you
on,
know,
I heard that a lot, and I was like, they're not walking. A reenactment can be done anywhere. They're not walking back on the property because people were like on them about walking on the property.
yeah.
And I was like, no, they're not even doing that. Like, then they can't help it. People start sending food and stuff. What are they really supposed to do? Send it back? The stuff that got paid for is what I'm talking about, not the CODs, the people trying to be trickery. I'm talking about people that were genuinely sending them things because they knew they were out there trying to stay overnight, trying to get an idea of what overnight really was and what it really meant.
Sherry, you want to come on the stream and on the panel and tell everybody why you feel that these are degenerates?
Oh, I'd love to hear.
We'd love to hear what you got to say. Tell us why you don't support them and why you think they're degenerates. Because they're keeping an old lady's name alive when nobody else will. So if that's, you know, if that's degenerates to you, I feel bad for you. But you're welcome to get up here and speak your mind.
Absolutely.
No promises that we won't speak our mind back. Yeah, I'll put the link in the comments again.
I just did.
Yeah. Yeah, come up and talk.
It's easy to type.
You know,
You don't even have to turn your camera on.
I hear a lot of name calling and stuff like that, but nobody can give a reason why they say the things they say. You know, I guess we're seeing things out of different lenses, you know, through different.
Yes,
I can't see why anybody would not see them as.
You know,
These guys have good hearts.
There's things that happen that not everybody is going to agree with. The fact of the matter is, this case is going to go cold, and it's going to go to, there ain't even a burner far enough back for it. So, even though you do not agree with somebody, you can overlook the things you don't like for the good of keeping Nancy's name out there.
Right.
I mean, that's just the way I look at it. I mean, there's some things that I don't agree with, but I ain't there and I ain't the one doing it. So I shut up and I just go with the flow because it's for Nancy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's not going to come on because I'm going to go all bullhorn Betty on her if she does. So I
wish she would, because communication is the best way.
Yeah.
That's how we, you know, if we lose communication with one another, if we disagree on things, then everyone's going to lose communication eventually. We can't do that. We have to talk about it if we tend to disagree.
You call names and you don't say why. Like, what is it you see in these guys that
I wouldn't call names,
like,
because
why
you
would
don't
you
know
call
them to call them names.
you know, and there is no reason for it, and that's why nobody goes any further than name calling, because there is no reason for it other than just being a miserable person, basically.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I
Does
know
she live at SE's house?
I know one of the channels that I really liked at the beginning of Nancy. They did a post, and I mean, they went full on nuke mode. And it's like, that's your opinion, but I also have the choice not to finish reading it. I'm in control of my own feeling, situation, reactions. If something's getting to me that bad, maybe I ought to step back a little bit.
well, that what I get, like if you don't like the song, why are you listening to it? And if you don't like what's on TV, don't you usually turn the channel? So why do you get the trolls? Why do you get the trolls that come in and do this? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but
There's absolutely nothing else going on but to complain about people.
at
Because if you
this
can't
point,
find anything good to say and it's all negative, then your life is living in a negative space right now. And that's a really bad place to be.
yeah,
at this point, I think they're fans, but they don't want their friends to know they really like everybody.
maybe
They
these
should
these
be
guys have hearts.
individuals. People that are individuals, and they get to choose for themselves what they like, no matter what, who and what doesn't like it. It's your
Yeah,
choice. Everybody gets one.
yeah.
And I'm the same. I back Mystic up on everything when I'm in here. I back this lady up on all levels. Somebody disrespects all of us. We're in here too. You
Because we're
know.
on the thing, we're on the same the thought
That's right.
process.
You got
You
it,
know,
Mystic. You got it.
we, I think we're good judges of characters. We know when
I think so too.
these guys aren't out there trying to hurt anyone. Hell, I would pay them if something happened to me or anyone in my family to go outside on the street in front of my house and just spread some happiness. You know what I mean? Talk,
Yeah.
say our names,
Yep.
and act up. I mean, we need some laughters, not just tears,
That
So
is so true.
I love it.
It's so true. And these people are fighting right now. Okay, so whatever your negative feelings are for whoever said what they said, it's sad because right now people like this need support. They don't need anger or other people coming at them in some kind of way. I
Yeah,
think if you were in this situation, you would want people to support you, period, whether you do it or not. If you were in some type of situation,
exactly.
you would want support, and you wouldn't want it in a negative fashion. So I think that sometimes your opinions that are negative, they just need to stay inside of you.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, if it was my mom, and I've said this on JLR's, I've said it on Alex's, I I have smokers, grills. I would be out there with the smokers rolling, the grills going,
Yeah.
the
I'd be
bathroom.
making signs.
Here's
That's who I am. I'm an activist. I'd be making signs. I'd be handing signs to anybody that held their hand out.
yeah, I'd tell them where the bathroom is.
I'd be working
Find
with
out
you. I'd be working right along with you, and we'd have it so together.
if I had to, I'd rent one of them porta potties or a whole damn line of them. Just keep my mom's name out there.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes. You're absolutely correct. It's your mother. It's the lady who brought you to the earth. Besides God, she's the one that delivered you. And you're just not going to do any searching.
Yeah.
You're not going to have any friends. You went to high school there. You went to college there. Your mother worked at the college. Your sister went to school there. Your brother went to school there. I know you know people because people still tell the streamers that they went to school with you, or they went to school with your brother, or they went to school, or their brother or sister went to school with this one. So I know you guys still know people there. Why wouldn't you reach out and ask for help?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because you saw, my goodness, you saw, what is it, Stacy Peterson. Look what her husband still went out to the vigils, even though he was being ornery and doing the wrong things on his phone and things. He still was there. He still was there searching when they were searching, even though he ended up ultimately being that one. He was still there. Drew, look at Drew Peterson, the ex-officer. He still played that role. He still went out, you know, playing like he was looking for his wife, or his wife was gone. And I mean, you have to look back at some of these old cases and really take a look at them. And if you don't think this stuff is true, it can be very true.
Yeah.
People tend to hurt their families. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true.
Well,
Yes.
I know a lot of people are upset because the family is in question. So let's look at an old case. Daniel Robinson. His dad, David Robinson, left South Carolina, moved to Phoenix, organizes searches. He goes live once a week. He used to go live every other night. I helped David with the maps for Daniel's locations, where the vehicle was found. I helped his dad with all of that. And what do we get with the Guthries? We've got Annie and Tommaso in hiding. We have Savannah starting a game show. Who knows where the brother is? And so those actions create questions. It isn't an accusation. It is a fact of the matter. If you don't have a family, I don't care who it is, you type in missing person, and you're going to have a family member out in front of the media cameras probably 200 times asking for community help. That is a normal reaction. This dead silence, go away and don't mention our mom. I ain't never seen nothing like that, and it makes me wonder, okay, who in the hell's gaming here?
Yep.
And I mean, people can get mad at that, but we got a missing lady, and we have a family that's acting pretty weird, if you ask me. And I mean, that's kind of what I do, is search for missing people.
Right.
So after I've said this one time, but after my husband passed away about that next week, one of our friends' daughters came up missing. And she's 19 years old, but she's technically, in the mind, she's technically about 6 or 7. And so she, whatever, wandered off, got taken. We didn't know at that time, but he didn't really have a lot of people stepping up to the plate to help him. So I went over to his house and picked up the dad, and he basically put Zaza in my car, snacks in my car, water in my car, and cigarettes in my car. And we went out searching. And what I do is I normally help the homeless here, is one of my things. So I knew where to go. So I told him, get prepared. You're going to start giving some of this out when these people need things as we talk to them. And one lady we talked to that needed everything. She needed all of it. Water, all of it. She wanted something of everything. And she ended up bringing the daughter back the next day. And I went and fought with the news stations because they wouldn't put it on the news because she was 19. So I went and argued until I was blue in the face about her age and her mental capacity, what age that really was. And lo and behold, that one lady on the streets, homeless, brought her home. It was the most wonderful thing, and I love that. And I've worked with a lot of, I'm sorry to say, trafficking. I work with a lot of trafficking groups that rescue and they match animals with the people that get rescued to help them get over and help them get through a lot of the PTSD or the just fear of being where you were.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. I love helping. This is like, especially kids, bring them home, and older people, bring them home. What did they do to you?
And why get mad at the people that do care and that are trying? Thank
You, Mystic.
I can't figure it out.
I really can't either, honey.
And I'm glad I can't, because I don't want in the mind of, in the minds of those kind of people.
It's too negative, honey. It's just too negative. You have to, in order to help people and rescue people, you have to have some kind of open mind, and you have to have some positivity. They're already in a negative space. When you're rescuing people and they're coming home and all these different things, they're already in a massive negative situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
I love that. Like I said, that's some things that I'm just totally proud about. That out of everything that I do or have done, I'm very proud about helping those people. I'm very proud.
Yeah, you should be.
I just wish more people were like that. And I'm telling you what, if the roles were reversed, and I'm not going to say my mother, but if I had something missing or someone missing in my life, I'd call every single one of you guys. I call every single one of you. And I've told all the guys this. I do. I feel that way. And we'd work on how to get you here and all that stuff. But I would definitely do that because I feel so trusting of you guys, And I know that you're doing things for the right reasons. And I'm sorry people don't understand it.
Exactly.
I feel bad, Feel bad for them.
Exactly.
But I think that some stuff's coming up. You guys been seeing did you see Pretty Little Clues?
No, do I follow that? I don't even know if I followed that.
Okay, she is a great gal, Justine. And her and a friend did a video yesterday or the day before with all these different layers of I guess your vision and what your camera does on the phone and all that. So they did it, and they spotted there was a car there. They did get the lights. They got the headlights. I mean, I was so proud of her for that, and for the person that helped her. But yes, all the time we thought there was headlights behind that porch guy. There was.
Wow.
And I think they even saw the color of the car, and I believe that it was white also. I could be just adding that extra in, but I know somebody said they knew it was white.
See, I would go back and forth. I would, one picture, I'd be like, oh, I see it. And then I was like, no,
they make it really, she did it really good, really pretty clear on there. It was pretty great. I watched it last night because she came on my show and was telling me about it. I said, oh yeah, I'm going to go watch.
All right. I'm gonna get this.
She really did. Yeah. Really good.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And then I don't think any of us have ever figured out how the lights come on at that place.
And that one light, that one night, who drove by that night?
Was it Tucson?
Ann, or was it when Lauren drove by?
Lauren, yes, she caught it at like 4 in the morning.
Like those were work lights.
She caught it at 4 in the morning, checking on her flowers.
Yes.
Yeah. And they took them. Whoever thinks that they can take people's flowers, they're taking Lauren's flowers. And I don't know if she's found out who did it yet. I've never heard from the time of her trying to find out.
Yeah, but what kind of a neighborhood goes out
I
and
know.
takes memorial flowers?
DJ, I agree.
Aren't they trespassing to take the flowers?
I would think.
So if everybody has to respect private property, why aren't they in jail?
There's so many cold people. I just
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
the world is just, it's scary. The world is scary.
Yep.
That's all I know.
It sure is. You got that exactly right. It is extremely scary.
It's a sad, sad world.
Yep.
Pink cotton candy. If the family wanted the memorial removed, why didn't somebody come out with a public statement and say, please don't put flowers in front of my mom's house, put them over at the news station with the banner?
They said that they never, who said that? They asked one of the family members if they asked them to move it, or they asked somebody they asked if everything was supposed to be gone. And I don't think that they answered in the fashion that everybody thinks. I think they said that the memorial was never supposed to be moved, but they moved it over to the news station where the flyer or where the banner is.
I think it's jealousy. I think that's, the handful of neighbors that do call on the YouTubers too. I think they're
Yep.
jealous.
It has to be
It's
something.
kind of sickening, because how are you jealous over, because a missing and possibly deceased, person
Yeah.
is getting more attention than you?
Isn't that crazy?
It's just gross. It really is.
It's like, and then somebody talked to one of the guys talked to her daughter that was down there looking at the memorial when she was there visiting. And I can't remember
flowers
which guy
too,
it
like
was.
Shelly just said. They put the family even put flowers.
Yeah.
So,
and it's weird, and people wanted to check her trash can because they wanted to see if she really had that much nerve.
it's insane. It really is.
It sure is. But for her to admit that she did the stuff down on the Eastman, that was crazy too. I asked my mom, because my mom's 84. I asked her, Mom, would you ever try to get rid of people like that? She was like, who touched that? And I said, this lady that's your age. And she goes, what? She goes, what's wrong with her? I said, I don't know, Mom. We don't know. I said, there's some kind of jealousy or something. And my mom said, never in a million years would you catch me going and grabbing that and trying to move anybody out of a neighborhood. I'd go talk to them. I'd go sit down and I'd talk to them and I'd say, how long do you think you're going to be here? What times do you guys want to be here? So I kind of know to look for you. She said that they could make arrangements.
Yeah.
And I told her, that sounds so reasonable, Mom. But these people aren't reasonable, Mom.
They're not normal. It's not. I mean,
No.
What is normal? But come on now, that's pretty far out.
It was. And
really
just to hear her kind of like make a noise, like she was like, ooh. She was like, are you really asking me this? And I said, yeah, I'm really serious.
Like she literally went out, collected, or even paid somebody to collect poop.
Yes.
It's not.
And that wheelbarrow was moved. When Alex went back up there, the wheelbarrow was in a different place.
And there was something wet inside, like it had been washed. So
yes.
Oh.
And she had to be carrying it into something. Yeah. I mean, and then when she came out and he told her that she was parking in the street, and he said, you don't even have your seatbelt on. I mean, everybody would know he's just throwing back what they've been told. You know what I mean? And then she said, whatever they talked or whatever. And then he talked about the Eastman and she admitted to it. And then went over with her phone on her head, and went around the island and was calling on him and talking very loud, in front of him. And it was just all bad. because he didn't throw anything on anybody's property. We all know that.
Yeah.
And a Pringles can, come on. And do you know how many campers I have found out? How many campers, hunters, even like outdoorsmen have those pee tents? Those are a very regular thing to buy now. I had no idea it was that popular. But
Unless
being
there's
in
a camera
Oregon,
inside that tent, you can't prove what he's doing inside that tent either.
exactly. And that's what
So,
they get those tents for when they're in open areas camping or out in the wilderness and they're with friends and they don't want to go to the bathroom in front of each other, or they have females with them and they utilize those kind of tents. And I was like,
Well,
no fooling. And they were like, we've been doing it for quite a while, Nick. I was like, wow.
one thing about those tents is you can hang a solar shower bag in it. It isn't just
Bingo.
a bathroom. It's a shower tent, bathroom tent.
Yep.
And it's basically just privacy.
That's what
and
it is.
if you can't use that job site porta potty, then wouldn't they welcome one of them tents up in case you do have to go to the bathroom? At least you ain't whipping it out and peeing in somebody's
I just
yard.
never understood what the problem was with the porta potty. I was there when they did all the yelling at Juice and all that stuff. Then Alex would use it and there wasn't a problem. But they had already yelled it at the Juice. So I was like, now where are they supposed to go? And this was early on, this is some months ago. And I was like, where are they really supposed to go? And I've rented tons of porta potties. It's not your personal bathroom. It's not like it's in your house and they got to come through your house, into your house to go use the bathroom. This is a porta potty. They put toilet paper in it and they put a little sanitizer stuff in the toilet thing and that's it.
But they're complaining about the pee tent, but yet she goes and puts shit all over the freaking road on the right of way. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
This is something that is odd to me. I reported Sue Ellen for destroying the cactuses. I made a complaint with the Department of Agriculture.
Good job, DJ.
And the guy emailed me. I put all the emails in our Discord. And the guy referred it to the sheriff's department. But it was overridden and not a problem. Even though Arizona clearly states it is illegal to cut down and remove any cactus from public property. She got all of them, or most of those cactuses and agave. I call them needles because I'm not sure what you call the branch, but she cut all of that off of that island, and it ain't hers. Now, if it's private property, if she wanted to go through her yard and fill that wheelbarrow up 400 times, that would be fine. But where she crossed the line was going to public property. So why is it okay for her to spread those cactuses, spread dog shit all over the place, and that ain't a problem? But if you have guys sitting on the street or just off of it, oh, now we got major problems. You cannot make that make sense to me.
No, and I did the same thing you did, and I got somebody, I think it was a lady though, I talked to, and she was saying, because they kept saying it was just the agaves. They kept saying the agaves are illegal. The agaves are legal. And I'm like, no, that's incorrect. It's all cactuses in Arizona. And when I was talking to the lady, she said, even if you cut the cactus off your own private property, you have to get a permit to do it.
Yeah. I saw that. Where did I see that?
Even off your private property. I said it a bunch on JLR and stuff, but I don't know. It was just when that all came up.
Well,
Not
Mystic,
sure who posted it, babe.
didn't I share the links
I think it
to?
was you.
You might have. I don't have a Discord yet, so you might have done that, DJ.
Yeah, I think he
Um,
did. Do I have it?
let me see. I know I saved them links somewhere. I just don't know where I put them. But I saved the emails. I know I can tell you guys the guy's name that I talked to, and he referred it for prosecution.
Yeah.
I
If
think
you
I
find
put
it, share your screen. I'll put it up for us to read.
I got it.
I think it was so many feet from the house too, wasn't it? Something like
I the only thing I remember was on private property you could you can do whatever you want to on your own property. That I do know. But as far as public, you cannot you cannot cut down cactuses. Oh,
And I
great.
think it was cut down out of where Alex had his little apartment.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that little island, that's no
Yeah.
man's land. That would be up to the city to maintain. Oh, where did I put those
It's
emails?
funny how the ones that aren't breaking the law are the ones getting in trouble, and then the ones that are actually breaking laws and committing crimes is getting away with it.
That's right. That's absolutely
And they
right.
know. It's not like they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, the guy I talked to was Jack Peterson with Arizona Agriculture.
Yep.
And I mean, it just what he said is, I have passed this on to our law enforcement. I will tell you, anytime the wind was blowing, I could not hear her, but I am hard of hearing. Just letting you know, this may affect law enforcement's involvement with the situation. And so I kind of figured that, I mean, it ain't rocket science to see where the cactuses are cut from.
Right.
I just thought it was weird that whatever Sue Ellen wants, boy, she gets. What kind of pull does she have?
Okay, here you go.
I don't know, but she's got something. She's definitely got something.
Okay, so can you guys see this if I hold it up? Can you see? I wish I could send it to your email. I don't have your email, Mystic. Here's your answer right here. In Arizona, cutting and removing native cactuses, which are all on your property, is legal only if you have proper authorization and a permit. Under the state's native plant law, virtually all native cactuses, including iconic, sargero, prickly pear, barrel cactuses, are all legally protected. See, I knew that.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't want to give you a false statement. I wanted to make sure, because I don't have the lady's name that I talked to.
All right, I'll put
I
my
can't
email
remember.
in the chat.
Okay, babe. But then you could just read it yourself.
Yeah.
But,
Tucson
yeah.
Tammy. You want to join the panel?
Cutting and removing protected cactuses like these are severe penalties, including felony charges and possible prison time.
Mm.
They don't play with their cactuses in Arizona.
Yeah, Tammy, tell us what that's for if you're building, she says.
No, ma'am. It doesn't say anything about building on here. It said you already have an established yard. You have to get permit.
Yeah, DJ, that I think that sounds like the same thing that you were looking up too, and that was the agriculture. That was for homeowners, private properties, and everything.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
believe it said something about so many feet from the house. I know it said something like that, or maybe I read it somewhere else.
No,
Well,
you
it
got it
goes.
right.
I have 2 sites that go over the main species, Saguaro cholla, Oregon pipe,
Prickly
and
pear.
prickly pear.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They are protected, but as you read through it, it says due to the fragile landscape, if it's on private property, then you can remove it, but
With permission
with,
and a permit.
yeah, you have to have a permit,
Yep.
but you have to, and I mean, Tucson, you can do whatever you want to. We're talking about what is supposed to be legal and what isn't. Collecting or removing saguaro tissue or whole plant, you have to have a permit. Pruning, trimming, cutting branches, you have to
All
have a
right.
permit.
See? You have to have a permit.
Scientific sampling with a research permit, you have to have it. Land
Yep.
development that impacts saguaro or its root zone have to have a permit. Photography, observation, or hiking, you can do that freely. Emergency removal for safety hazards, yes, but you must report it promptly. I mean, you can outlaw it or do.
Arizona's
whatever
serious
you
when it
want to.
comes to that. They don't play.
Yeah, I don't know if how can I make this bigger?
And it has something to do with DJ. There was some about the roots too. Like when you took it, you had to take it from the roots or something. It was kind of specific on that. You couldn't just cut it, I don't think. You had to like dig it out or something
Get
like
the
that.
entire root ball.
Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you, DJ.
Yeah, this is not getting any bigger. All right, hold on a second. Enlarge this. Come back over here. All right, can everybody see this?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it says it all right there.
Yep.
And that's landowners.
I wasn't going to tell a lie, you know, when I told those guys. I was going to make sure I knew what I was talking about. And DJ had really good facts too. He had the same stuff, pretty much.
Yeah, because what you were saying,
Yeah.
I remember seeing it and what DJ had pulled before.
Mm-hmm. See, there's the plant removal procedures. See, they even tell you how they want you to remove it.
Permit, seal, and tag fees. Yeah, this is all.
Mm-hmm. And there's fees, and it says there is prison time. Like if they serious about that, and all those cactuses that were cut, I don't know how many there were, but I know it was over 8.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it Alex on One Live? He walked up there and he's like, "Whoa, check this out."
I think so. Wasn't he going to set up or something?
Well, it was before. I can't remember if it was him or if it was JLR when he was out there the second time. And
Yeah.
one of them was going up to show the sunset. and they noticed all the cactuses that had been chopped up on the island. And the island is public property.
I just shared the link for if anybody want. It is not Nick. I am actually on his StreamYard right now, so but I'll say hi back to everyone from him. But that's the link if everyone wants to get it and maybe do some research, read it yourself. That's what we got. Again, it's
Good job.
Mr. Mom here, not Nick. Sorry.
No, she's Mystic.
Mystic, I'm actually transitioning to Sleepy Intuitions.
I love that.
Mystic, getting tired of people calling me Stick Mom, so I'm just gonna use my
Are
channel
you
as my name.
serious?
Stick Mom. Even Karen did it. I was laughing so hard. Karen did it on the interview room the other day.
Are
She
you?
called me Stick Mom.
Oh
like,
my
come on now.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
But I was planning on using my channel name as my name anyway, because I will be starting my channel soon.
Good. That's good. I'm proud of you for doing that. That's awesome.
And I'll be covering all kinds of stuff because it's all got to do with your intuitions, your gut feelings, and that can go anywhere from crime to other mysteries to even
that's how
paranormal.
unjust is, girl.
Cover it all, you know.
You can be unjust in so many different levels of your life.
Yeah. When those Florida hurricanes come through, I'll be on here saying, hey, what's your gut telling you? Do I got to run?
Run or stay.
Tammy, come on up here. I've given you the link. This will be 2 times. Come on up here. You want to sit here and argue about what's untrue? You can read, can't you?
Oh.
You want to sit and argue? Come up here and argue your point. I already said that on private property, the guy told me you can do what you want on your own property. It's when you get into public. And it has, if you're going to build and you have a saguaro, you have to get permission to have that moved.
Yeah, I mean, come on and tell us what's going on. I mean, yeah, she's been there for 50 years, so she knows something.
Right.
You know, and
exactly. Where can we even find it? If you don't want to come on panel, where can we find that information?
Well, here's my
I want to
thing.
give her the benefit of the doubt, guys. I mean, she's lived there all her life, it looks like.
I love that.
Here in Colorado, we have laws. I mean, we got building codes and all of that crap. 90% of us that are rural, we don't even follow them. We do whatever works, and that's it. If a building inspector ever showed up at our house, we'd probably be screwed and have to live in a tent until it was all fixed.
Well, I was just going to suggest, instead of arguing with any of us, I was going to suggest that if you don't believe what you're reading, why don't you call the agricultural folks yourself, since you live there, and find out exactly the rules. That's how you solve it. I don't live in Arizona. I just got the information.
Right. I'm in Florida, and I know that our laws all of them are not the same. I tell you that.
Yep.
I mean, it's like 2 different worlds, Arizona, from here to there.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I live in western Colorado on the Utah border.
Oh, no. One of my best friends lives in Scottsdale and went to ASU. My stepsister and stepbrother both went to U of A. I mean, I just have never lived there, but I'm familiar.
My stick mom. Brenda, were you in there when she called me stick mom?
Oh, gosh.
All right. Christina is in. She said Tammy's correct. Christina lives in Arizona, too.
Well, then
so
her
we're missing something. We got
her last Christina 857 Tucson's last comment. Some cactus on private land do need a permit to be removed. And so
Didn't we list the kinds that have to have that?
if you scroll up to the top, it should have Saguaro,
Prickly
Choya,
pear.
Choa, prickly
It,
pear.
it tells you the kinds.
Yeah, there's 4 of them that you really got to watch yourself with. And then, but I mean, when I don't live there, I know if I lived there and I had, say I bought 100 acres and I wanted to put cows on it, I'm going to try to get rid of a lot of those bushes that have thorns that want to stab you every time you turn around. And I'm going to try to get grass growing so I could feed my cows. That's my land. And
Yep.
I'm a firm believer that if you own the land, you do whatever you want with it.
All right, we got Tucson Tammy.
All
Hey,
right,
guys.
Tim.
She's
There is
gonna teach
only
us
one cactus, just one. I don't care what you're reading. There is only one cactus in this state that is highly protected, and that's your saguaros. That's even after they die. They're because I like have one on my property that once I built here, for some reason it just fell over. Their skeletons are just as protected as if they're alive. I have about
wow.
35 saguaros on my property. I can't touch a one of them, none of them. Now, I have hedgehogs, I have barrow, I have jumping, I have all these other ones. I can do whatever I want with those whenever I feel like doing it.
So it's just a I can't even say
I'm
it.
telling you, it is just your saguaros. Now, I will tell you, when you build, all those cactuses that I just told you, when you build, you go in there, you empty the lot. Everything that you kill, that you remove, you must replace. So every time I build, when I go to like the hedgehogs, the barrel, and all those, when I have to replace them, and the agriculture department will come out and make sure you do. Now, once they're done and they've signed off on it, I can pull them out if I want to.
Wow. Well, I appreciate you coming up here and clearing it because I don't want to give away information that's not true. And of course, we've been believing all of this.
Then, Tammy, I only have one question. When I emailed the guy at the Department of Agriculture, the only thing he asked me was this private land or public land? Because on private land, you can pretty much do whatever you want to do with your own land. Where it crosses a line is when it moves on to public.
What are we talking about public land? Are you talking about, what's her name? Sue Ellen?
Sue Ellen in the island.
I will tell you with that whole situation. In the state of Arizona, if you own a piece of property that is not connected to nobody out here, we don't have sidewalks out here, especially if you live on acreage. I live on 5 acres. I don't have a sidewalk. And neither does Sue Ellen or anybody else over there. So in reality, she does own up to the road.
Right.
And they have to go to her to get permission to do anything on that. Even if it's an easement, they have to go to her and ask her, give her permission to be on that piece of property.
Well, I know how easements work because we deal with them on ranches all the time. You'll have a piece of land that goes through BLM, and then somebody might have a little 40-acre parcel, and they'll give you an easement so you can get to your land. So I understand easements. They own the property. You just have permission to cross it. What I'm getting at is the island where Alex was sitting at the end of it all. That is city property, public property. And that is where the lines cross into protected and not, being able to go out.
No, this is true. No, that I totally understand. Did anybody videotape her doing anything? Can you prove that she did that?
She
Other
admitted
than
to
No,
her
but she
admitting
confessed.
it,
It doesn't
She
matter.
admitted
It
to
doesn't
it.
matter if the saguaro looks like it's been touched. It doesn't matter. Because I'm telling you right now, we have tons of stuff out here that destroy
She
these
admitted
saguaros.
to it. She
Yeah, she
admitted
admitted
to
to
it
it on
on
live camera.
camera, on film.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest with you. She's not going to get in trouble for that. I'm gonna be straight up with
You
you. She
just
will not
asked
get
if
in trouble
she,
for
how
that.
did we know? And I just told you that's what you asked.
Okay. She admitted it, but I'm
Okay.
telling you, she won't get in trouble for it.
I don't think she will either.
No, I
She's
don't. I
not.
never
That's
thought that
like
she
something that
would.
I wouldn't even try to even fight it because she's not going to get in trouble for it.
We
right?
didn't think she was. People in the chats have always asked, why isn't she getting in trouble?
Right, exactly. But exactly. And I know that's why you're doing it. And that is the rule. But I'm telling you, she's never going to get in trouble for it.
Well,
doing what?
without her being on film doing it, I'm basically caught in 4K. Then she can say, "Yeah, I said that. I was mad. He was sitting in front of my house."
Exactly.
But do you think I would really do that?
Just be honest.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty much anything. And I know Sue Ellen ain't gonna get in trouble. To me, it's just odd that she can hit a tripod because if you guys remember back in the early days when JLR first got there, it was either Sue Ellen or Snowbird Karen that hit his tripod when his camera was on it. I think it was Sue Ellen that almost hit him, honked her horn at him for him to get out of her way. It's Sue Ellen. How many times hasn't she came out of her house, went down to Nancy Street, and raised hell with whoever was out there? And so
I'm just going to be honest with all of you. I live here, okay? I live 9 miles from Nancy. I live in a great neighborhood. I live in $1 million neighborhood. And I will tell you right now, if that was happening in my neighborhood, I'd be doing the same thing.
You'd be raising hell too?
Yes, I absolutely would. Because there's absolutely no reason in this world for anybody to have to sit out there for 6 hours, 5 hours. You want to go out there and do like do like a news thing? Cool, go do it. But you don't have to sit there for 6 hours. And then you have him on there cussing out neighbors. I'm not saying that he can't do that. Of course he can. He's cussing out neighbors. He's he's calling Sue Ellen, all this stuff that he's doing. And you're right. There was no pee in that. But let me tell you, when you act like there is, you need to prove that there wasn't. That's the point. So it's like, I wouldn't be happy with it either. And with his actions, I wouldn't feel safe either.
Okay, even if it was the same kind of neighborhood, because a lot of these neighbors can't even see them. Or
No,
hear them.
I'm
They
in
don't
the
even
same
know
kind of
they're there.
neighborhood. We're on acres here. I live
So if
behind
you did-
I
if
live
you
behind a
didn't see
gated
them-
community, but that's the difference.
So if you didn't see them and you couldn't hear them, you would still be mad at them?
Who says that she can't see them?
But that's what I'm saying. From where they sit, when they're sitting off the road, nobody can see them except for the front of Nancy's house.
Even the point of seeing them, it's a fact of knowing that they're there. Period. Everything that has gone on in that neighborhood, I wouldn't feel comfortable about it either.
Okay, so
See, and I can understand that.
I know they have the right to be there. 100% they do. But just because you have the right to do something doesn't mean you need to do it.
well,
There's
you're
a
right there.
respect factor. So it's like, yes, she needs to respect them, but they also need to respect her.
You're right there, but at the same time, like what I don't understand is how can you be upset? Knowing that there's a murderer, a kidnapper, whatever.
But you
maybe
see, here's
more
the
than
deal.
one.
There's not a murderer or a kidnapper really out there.
There's not?
There's not. This was
Oh,
totally.
okay. Where do you think
okay.
he is or her?
All
Where
right.
are they, man?
So you're telling me everybody in that neighborhood needs to worry? No, they don't. She was targeted. The other neighbors are not targeted.
Oh, I'm glad you know
But
that.
she
I didn't
wasn't.
know that.
She wasn't targeted until she was targeted, and that could be the same with anyone. There's a first time for
She was
everything.
targeted. She was 100% targeted in this situation.
It started somewhere, and that could happen to any of you
That's right.
at any time. With the presence of the streamers
It's
out there, it
ignorance that you
seems.
believe that it
I
was.
would
seems
not
that it
feel
would keep
safe
them
with the
away.
presence of the streamers out there.
Is it
No.
Mary? What if it was? What if it was like Nikki out there?
I wouldn't, nobody need, I can protect myself. This is a right to carry state. I don't need streamers out there to protect me. Somebody walks in my house, they're not walking out of it.
Okay, but they're not out there to protect you.
who's
They're
gonna
out
walk
there to
in
keep
your
from
house
Nancy's name being
as a streamer?
silenced. And
That's
here's
not what I'm
my
talking about.
question,
You
though.
said, I'm not talking about the streamers walking into my house.
You
You
just
said,
said
don't
that,
I feel more protected with them in the neighborhood? No, I have a 357 in my house. I don't need streamers to protect me.
So, but they're not there to
It
protect.
happened. Everybody
They're
can
not there
carry
for
all
you.
over the United States in a lot of different places. That's
Yeah,
not
they're
the
not-
only place.
They're not
I'm
there
not
for you.
saying it is, but what I'm saying is I don't, just because they're there does not make me feel more, would not make me feel more comfortable.
But you just
I
said you have a
protect myself.
357. You can
Right.
protect yourself. So why
Right.
would it make you uncomfortable is what I'm trying to understand from what you're saying.
What if Juanita was out there? Say Juanita and Karen from the interview room.
Well, here's my question. Somebody
have a
tell me,
problem
what do
with
they
that?
need to be out there for? Somebody explain that to me.
Gotcha.
What do they need to be out there for? What's the purpose?
Gotcha.
It's part of how some of them make a living.
The
They're
Okay.
journalists.
Well,
That's where
JLR had
their
no
money
problem
coming
doing
in.
it in the parking lot of the police station.
That's
I-
not
He
the
was doing it
crime-
there.
That's
But-
not the crime scene.
one thing.
There's nobody
about-
at the crime scene.
Yeah,
You
because they're not
asked-
allowed there. They're not allowed there. What best place? What better place to do your stream and talk about her and talk about the things that happen than right there at the crime scene? It seems like there's a lot of stereotyping, is how I feel.
Me too.
Big guy with tattoos,
too.
a black guy.
You know what? I think in this situation, it's where it's at. It's because it's in a neighborhood. If you had been, this had happened somewhere, some other different place, fine. This is a neighborhood. This is a neighborhood where people, they're used to their tranquility. They don't want to be going out there and walking by people that are sitting there streaming, and there's no purpose for it.
There was no tranquility on February 1st for Nancy.
So what would you think, like, if someone was to go out like an hour a day?
That wouldn't be a problem at all.
That what
I don't see that as an issue whatsoever. An
So what
hour
you're
a day
saying
is not
is-
an issue. It's the amount of time they sit there. They have food ordered. Then, GLR comes out there with a damn mask on his face, which was really stupid. And then it's like, it doesn't make sense to me. You come out there, you stay out there for like 5-6 hours. Stay out there for an hour. I wouldn't even care if you guys, if you were in my neighborhood, I wouldn't care if you were there for an hour. Who cares? Everybody knows everybody knows the news is going to be in and out of there because of the situation, but they're not going to be in there to stay for the half the day.
But how do you feel about them keeping Nancy's name alive? Do you support
Okay.
that part?
Well, here's the thing. Everybody's saying this is keeping Nancy's name alive. They have the same people on their streams every day. Who knew? Who knew is finding out about this? It's the same
There's a lot
people
of
on
new
their
people
stream
coming to
every day.
YouTube. There's a lot of new people
A
coming
lot of
into
new
YouTube.
people. They even said that a lot of those news people have left their jobs. They said it on the interview room. Chris said it. They've left their jobs and they are YouTubers now, working for themselves.
The interview room has more than, I think, tripled their viewers.
Yep.
JRLR's has skyrocketed. So there's definitely more, the word is staying out there.
And that is fine, but you can also keep it out there and not be sitting in front of her house for 5-6 hours.
So what if Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, what if they're sitting out there?
Tucker Carlson's a piece of shit. He don't need to be sitting out there.
So
Megyn Kelly, first off, Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly would not spend 6 hours in front of her house.
Okay, who would you bless to be
Nobody.
out there?
Nobody, because there's no purpose for it.
So
I wouldn't bless anybody
it's
to
the
be out there
time.
for 5-6 hours at a time.
So it's the timing you have the problem with.
Exactly. I don't
They
have a
do it
problem
for
with people
so
going
long.
there at all. I don't have a problem with people doing it at all. And I don't think any of them in there in reality really do, because people will come and go. They'll come in, they'll shoot their shots, they'll do what they need to do, they'll do like a little whatever, and then they leave. I don't see that as a problem in any way, shape, or form. This is something that's going on right now. It's going to be something forefront in the news, period. That's just what it's going to be. But to
Yeah.
sit there for 5,
And-
6 hours is a little much.
And we see how the news is covering it.
Yeah, they're
And
not.
they're doing a bang up job. I mean, they really got her name out there.
Well, because
Considering
they're trying to look for something new, and that's how cases get silenced, But
Yeah.
well, Tammy,
I mean, it
while
could-
you're on, what is your thoughts on who did it? I mean, do you have any theories?
I will tell you all right now, I 150% do not believe anybody in that family is responsible. I haven't the slightest idea. I don't. I have no idea.
In Tucson?
Is what?
Do you think she's still in Tucson?
No. I really
Think she
don't.
better
I will tell
out
you,
of
my
state or
first
out of
instinct
country?
at the very, 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 very beginning was cartel related, because they're very upset at the fact that one, Trump has put up these walls. They're not really happy about it. They're not happy about the fact that our president is what he's doing to them. We're a border town. Or only maybe, my son has to go down there all the time because he fixes ATM machines. So he's always on Nogales all the time. Nogales, Sierra Vista, he goes all over the place. They're angry because of the fact that the president wants to do something about that stuff coming over the border. And he is doing something about it. And
Well,
he is finding these tunnels.
he's
And he
putting
is stopping them.
he's putting a damper on the trade.
Exactly.
And so
Could it not be? Sure, it might not be. Who knows? It does. None of it, to be honest with you, none of it makes sense at all. Why
Do you think
anybody?
it's possible that the cartels, if they did it, that they're paying Nanos to turn his head?
Y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, I'm gonna be honest. I got to make sure my husband's not around. My husband. No, I have to say this because my husband works for the FBI here in Tucson. I don't think Nanos has anything to do with it either. Is he a dick? Yep, he sure is. Does he need to be out of office? You better believe it. And everybody who in this city, in Pima County, you better vote on your ballots to make sure he's not put back in it. Because if you don't, we got nobody to blame but ourselves. But to go this far, no.
If Pima County doesn't learn voting has consequences, then the hell with them. They get whatever they get.
Well, this town, this city, actually this state has always been a red state. Always, always, always. It wasn't until, it's only been like the last couple elections that it turned blue, and this whole state's going in the toilet.
Hey, I live in
Same with
Colorado.
Oregon. Same with Oregon, hun.
It's
I live
ridiculous.
in Colorado.
Yep.
It's the same shit here.
It's
We
bad.
got that dumbass governor, and we're turning
us
into
too.
little California.
It's friggin' ridiculous. I mean,
They're killing us here. I mean,
oh
literally.
yeah, here too. I mean, my property taxes have tripled. And I'll
Yep.
tell you another thing. Somebody brought up something about them doing something, getting their house, what was it called? They had it zoned, or what were they doing? Resurveying it?
Appraised or
Yeah,
surveyed.
yeah.
Yeah, you know why we resurvey? Because we're going to fight our property taxes.
Exactly.
So, and that happens here a lot, especially now. Everybody fights their property taxes. My property taxes went up to almost $10,000 a year. So it's like, would I like to go and fight mine? Yeah, but I'm too afraid they would say, actually, they're more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alyssa, please be kind in the chat. Or leave.
Now, I've never met a conspiracy I didn't like. And I will tell you what my initial thought was, and it kind of is in line with Tammy. I thought it was cartel, but I think Nancy is dumped on Zorro Ranch. I think as they keep finding bodies because Zorro Ranch, that's a boneyard. If you guys haven't followed it, and it's hard to find people that are reputable that really put the work in.
Uh-huh.
I would not be surprised if she is not planted somewhere out on Zorro Ranch. And I'll tell you why I go with the Epstein connection too. Savannah was the mainstream media source that was going in deep and hard on Epstein. And what has she not said a word about since her mom disappeared? And I think Nancy was targeted. I think it's way bigger than anybody wants to look.
I think she was targeted too.
I do. I think she was also targeted. And I think we're going to find out this has everything to do with her. Not because she had anything to do with it, but because she is who she is.
Yeah. But I believe if she was targeted, whoever's sick enough to go after an 84-year-old is also sick enough to go after someone else. Call it paranoia, but I mean, that's how I would feel if I was in the neighborhood.
I think it might have been a situation where it was actually a ransom situation that actually turned bad.
So they were just doing it for money and...
Yep.
Yeah.
I do. And I think that she died and they were like, oh shit, she died. What are we going to do?
I mean, that's what it looks like. It definitely looks like this, I don't know about anybody else. I believe the first two notes.
I kind of do too, to be honest with you. I do too, to be honest.
It sounds right,
Uh-huh.
Well, I just want everybody to know we can all yell, scream, cuss, and be mad at each other, but it isn't personal. Everybody can think whatever they want.
It's a healthy debate.
That's where I stand with it. I like hearing, like Tammy's point of view. I like to hear it because how many of us have been sitting here for the last 5 months going down the same rabbit hole?
Right.
Pretty soon, once you're in that hole,
you're stuck there.
You have tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And you don't see the things that are out in the peripheral vision. And so, I might have been kind of shitty to you, but I promise it wasn't personal.
Oh, you got to do a whole lot more than that to hurt my feelings.
Yeah, it's a healthy debate.
I'm one thing I'm not is the feeling police.
Yeah.
No, I just, I don't know. I listen to a lot of it and sometimes I'll get aggravated and I'm like, because I've lived here my whole life. And I'm like, no, that's not right. And people will say, oh no, it's like, I'm like, y'all, I'm telling you, I've done these things. I know that's not right. And I know you may be looking it up.
Saying that this, that, and the other, Yeah.
And another thing, I'd be honest with you guys, that I don't understand is everybody, this is where I really get really pissed off. Why is everybody coming down on Savannah and Annie for not going out there and finding their mother? I don't get that. I don't get it.
I can tell you because I have searched in Nevada for people. I've searched here in Colorado for people. I can show you a skull that I found of a guy here in Colorado. Any case that I've ever tried to help, Daniel Robinson, I worked with his dad. Every case except for Kenny Beach and Nancy Guthrie, the family has always been out in. If it doesn't matter if it was one person standing there wondering what the hell they're doing, that family was screaming, wanting help.
Do you really think in the state of Arizona, I'm only saying this, do you really think here, walking this desert is going to make a difference? Because I don't think you guys understand what that is.
I'm in western Colorado. I understand desert. It ain't the same desert, granted. I know you're not digging a hole. Even if you go into a wash, you only have so far before you hit bedrock at the bottom of that wash. So you're looking at a very shallow grave. And The opportunity to find a fresh grave, it was gone by day 3 because the sun would have dried the dirt out as you filled it back in, and it would look like the rest of the terrain out there.
I'll give you an example. It's probably been about 25 years now. Close friend of mine, his sister was kidnapped. Never found her. Never. At 22 years, somebody was roaming the desert and found a bone. That bone was taken in. It was his sister.
Wow.
22 years.
Well, see, and I think that is what is going to happen with Alvy Webb and Jim Shadid. One's a dentist and one guy, he was a school teacher in Oklahoma. Both of them gone. No trace within 6 miles of each other. And
I mean, there's so much that you can do to a person where literally you will never find them. Never. Do I think she should have been? No, I'll be honest with you. If I had to put myself in Nancy's shoes, I don't know the relationship she had with her mother, and I'm not going to guess that. If I had a relationship with my mother where I would know what my mother would want me to do, I would do it. Now, she states that her mom and her had that relationship, and her mom tells her in her mind to keep living, and that's what she's trying to do. I don't know if I am heartbroken every time she talks on the screen. Annie and Tommaso are in hiding because everybody and their mother are blaming them. Everybody. I'd be in hiding too.
see, if it was, that's where I disagree with what you're saying. If it was me, I would go to KVOA because they're going to be friendly. You have a foot in the door through Savannah. I would go in, do a sit-down interview, and I would beg that community for help.
But that's the key word
That's
right
me.
there. If it was you.
That's me, and that's
Right.
what I'm saying. That
Yeah,
is
but you
it
can't,
was
it's like,
you.
it's one of those things though. You would do it and she's doing it differently. That doesn't make it wrong.
No, but that's where the questions come into play. Reaction, I will tell you one thing that I have learned in just the and I do not like fresh cases. I'm missing person and I want it to be kind of an
Yeah.
older case. That's what I like. And when Daniel went missing, I waited for 6 months before I ever contacted his dad. When Jim Shadid went missing, I waited for it to come out on Missing 411. David Politis talked about it, and I seen Jim's daughter in the comments. I commented to her, and then we started talking through emails, and she hooked me up with La Plata County Search and Rescue. That's the way that I do things. I want to be in contact with the family, and it isn't for nefarious reasons. I want the family to know, and I want them to approve of what I'm doing. And with Kenny Beach, I made really good friends. In fact, the first live when I jumped up here with Mystic and Brenda, and then I sat here muted, I was talking to Kenny Beach's sister-in-law. And so, I mean, that's the way.
And that's like getting down to to me, what you did is what a journalist would do, what somebody who they got the story and they're working it from all angles. To me, that's what you did.
Well,
and I think it's great.
I appreciate that. I wanted to know, when I'm looking for somebody, I want to know that person like we was best friends.
Exactly, because then you understand more about their movements.
Habits. Yeah. And
you're going to never get that chance with you'll never get that chance with any of the Guthrie family. No. You won't. You'll never get that. I mean, we're talking about Savannah Guthrie. She's not like, I mean, I've lived here. I was here when she was on Channel 4. So it's like I know her only from that. That's it. We didn't go to the same school. I was in the district next to it. So we were totally two different schools. But
Can I ask a question
sure.
to you, Tammy?
Mhm.
So this is Nikki. My question is, the one thing that I just wanted to ask you is that you said that when you watch Savannah that you tear up and cry for Savannah.
Uh-huh.
But have you shed tears for Nancy? Or is it just about Savannah?
No. I shed tears for Nancy. Actually, it's not that I said cheers. I was in shock that anybody would
just
walk
wanted to
into
know.
somebody's home and
Thank
take
you.
an 84-year-old frickin' woman.
Thank you.
I mean, I was like,
Thank
are
you for
you
answering.
kidding me? I had
appreciate you
goosebumps. I was sick to my stomach, to be honest with you.
Gotcha.
When I see her, I relate to her because I miss my mom.
Gotcha.
So I can relate to her that way.
Gotcha. Thank you for answering.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, and
But
that's
no,
the
I would
thing,
when this first came out, I literally was glued to the TV wanting somebody to find her. Please find her. And as the days went on, knowing that she didn't have medication, I'm like, she's not going to make it. She's not going to make it without her medication. And then I'm like, after a certain period of time, I literally there was no hope anymore. I mean, to be totally honest with you, that's the way I felt about it. I think that's the way a lot of people felt about it. There was no hope anymore. Anybody who had the medical issues that she did, if they were not given her medication, there is no way possible she could live through that. No way. And then plus the blood that you found out on the porch, it looked to me like she got the crap slapped out of her. An 84-year-old woman can't handle that.
No. See, and I think everybody can agree with you on that because in the back of your head, you know that timer's punched.
Oh, yeah.
And that timer runs out. It's just you try to never give up hope and not until you find what you're looking for.
Right.
And also somebody reported in the glass chandelier above the light when you first enter the entry.
Oh, I saw that, and I'm telling you right now, that made me cry.
And that's what I'm thinking is you might have a point about the slapping, unfortunately, or they did it in there and then she came out and bled, you know?
Yeah, no. And when they were talking about the blood and how one of the, I don't remember if it was a retired investigator or whatever, they said that those droplets were consistent with somebody being slapped, hit, or something, and it was dripping from her nose or her mouth or something.
It was
My
air.
thing is, why is there no blood inside the front door? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Now, do I think this whole thing has been botched? Yes. Do I think Nano sucks as a detective or whoever? Yes, he does. And do I feel that, honestly, he's the one that blew this whole thing? Absolutely. 100%. 100%. And so does a lot of other people.
That's nice to hear that, at least that people believe that there. You know?
Oh no, he's a piece of garbage. My husband has been in all types of law enforcement here in Arizona. We've lived here our whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually not our whole life. We actually met in Germany, but we came here. Mm-hmm. So he actually just retired from the FBI, but he still can go down there and do whatever it is he needs to do or wants to do.
Yeah.
So he's talked to people.
My father was a judge here. I understand.
Yeah. So, like he talks to people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nanos was a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. He really was. And everybody feels that this was botched because of him. He's an idiot.
I know I went back through Pima County Sheriff's X feed, and by February 3rd, 4th, I knew. And now when I was watching it as it laid out, it didn't jump out to me. And then when I went back a couple of weeks ago, I think Mystic remembers when I started posting a timeline. And what I was trying to show was the anti-streamer agenda that jumped out. But in the process of that, by February 3rd, 4th, you could tell Nanos was in over his head. His public statements, the little speeches he would come out and do, once he started contradicting himself, he was done. No more press briefings. And so
His briefings were horrid.
yeah.
They
I
were
wouldn't-
absolutely horrid.
What
I
doesn't the
sorry.
sheriff's department have a public relations officer that normally does that?
I'm sure they do. I'll be honest, I don't know the answer to that, but I'm sure they probably do.
Well,
And
he
it couldn't have been
dismantled
him.
so many things, though.
If
That
they
could have been
don't,
dismantled because he dismantled his homicide team. He dismantled a detective team. He dismantled a whole nother team. He dismantled like 3 teams, so those people couldn't even be called. He couldn't even say, okay, homicide team or discovery team, or he couldn't say, could you go out there and now this is your case. I want you, he couldn't do that because he already took them all apart.
well,
They
does
still have
any-
the PIO though. They do
Yes.
still have it. They're
They
just
do.
limited on what they can say.
does anybody know? There was a rumor, and I never heard if it was debunked or not. Is Brian Enton actually the one that found the blood on the porch?
I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay.
They
Uh-uh.
say it, but I don't believe that.
I do not think so.
Okay. Whenever I talk, I don't want to look like an idiot. So I try to have everything, at least I can show where I'm coming from.
You're not an
Okay,
idiot.
so, Tammy, I have a question. My question is what happened to the supervisory board? Why was the doctor so in favor? And it seemed like when he was talking that he really thought Nanos had done some bad things, but then when it came down to it, they all voted on the same side.
Hmm.
And they had a chance to get rid of him, but they didn't. Do you have any idea about that? As a person that lives there, is that normal? Like if somebody comes up against a supervisory board, is that normally what they do? Is like just talk to them and
Yep.
okay. Thank
But
you.
I will tell you, there is no way in hell after voting he's going to still be in office.
Gotcha.
That's not possible.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Tammy, I have one question for
Thank
you.
you.
Mhm.
I want to start digging into the Board of Supervisors because everybody in Tucson seems to be like a mafia. How do I get into finding out the dirt on them?
Oh God, that's a good one. Shit, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know that answer. I think I have to tell you this really quick though. What makes me laugh is everybody's like, "Oh, I would never go to Tucson. Tucson is so no, we're not. Tucson is not that dangerous, you guys. It's
Beautiful.
I mean, you go. There are areas in Tucson. I'm going to be honest with you. After dark, I'm not driving in them. But I think everybody, unless you live in a small town, if you live in
It's
a
like
big
that in
city,
Florida,
you
too.
all have those areas.
Yep.
Well, my
857 has taken us to areas in Tucson.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'll be
outside of
honest with you.
Tucson that is
But you
so
also remember
beautiful.
too, Tucson is so spread apart that in order for me to get from one side where I live, from one side of town to the other, it could take me over an hour. Sometimes it's faster for me to go to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's areas here in Florida that I would love to just go. I could fall asleep at night. It's just so beautiful, so peaceful. And then there's areas that unlock my door in broad daylight. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I think
absolutely.
it's like that everywhere.
well,
Really do.
every town has that small town, big town. I mean, the biggest town close to me is Grand Junction, and there's parts of Grand Junction it ain't no problem. And then once you get over to Crack Alley, you kind of make sure you're packing. And
Yeah, my son used to live in Portland,
Oh,
and I went to visit him one year, and that was the scariest experience I've had of my life.
mhm.
We wanted to take him My daughter was like, Mom, let's take him down to, I don't know, there's some kind of, is it like a Chinatown or something? And
yeah, because it's got tunnels.
yeah, and I was like, okay. I said, I'm going to stay back because I have rheumatoid arthritis. So I was like, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to rest, and then we'll go. Well, they come back, and she walks in and says, "Oh hell no, Mom, we're
Yeah.
not going down there." And she goes, "Why?" I said, "Why not?" She goes, "Mom, there's just needles laying all over the streets."
That's
I'm like,
what
"Oh
it
hell no,
is.
we ain't going there."
Yes, they have since not. I'm not blaming anything, but since those first riots back in the BLM days,
Hmm.
and they tore so many businesses up down there and our federal buildings and just different things, that a lot of those owners, those store owners that had been there 50 years, some of these old fur shops and
Hmm.
coin shops and stuff, they couldn't survive to open their doors back up. So it just became some of a ghost town.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of missing businesses. Downtown is the best way I can say it.
Oh wow.
And then with the federal building now and all the protests, and they are just absolutely ridiculous. It's really starting
Do you
to
guys all
feel
find it
very
really
sad.
weird that when Trump lost, did we go out and do this shit? I don't
No,
recall ever going out and destroying
no.
my city because, Trump
I've
didn't get
never
voted in office. I
disrespected
was
my
like,
city for any president. I've never done it.
no. I'm
Never.
just like, why
And
does
I've
it come
always
to
allowed
this?
everyone to, if they are the ones that voted for this president and that president's in the seat, I've just always been okay with it because the president's in the seat. What can you do? They're there for
Nothing.
4 years.
I mean, when Biden got in office, I'm like,
Yep.
okay, we got him for 4 years. There's nothing we can do about it. He destroyed the
Wait for
country,
a
but that's
couple
okay.
days.
I mean, we've had to go through a lot of those things. And I told my mom the other day, I said, I remember going to toll booths with you and being under the curtain, and all I wanted to do is tell you whose shoes I saw. And Mom, they're wearing pantyhose and they're not wearing pantyhose. She didn't get out of the booth and say, you know who I voted for? Let me tell you.
Yeah,
She
I
didn't do
know.
that, you know? It was her
People
personal
now will just
business.
flat out ask you, who did you vote for?
Yes.
Well, that's like asking me if I'm wearing underwear. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't need to tell you who I voted for.
Some things I think are our personal business, per
But I'll tell
person.
you now, though, I don't have a problem telling anybody who I voted for. I don't care.
Well-
I voted for Trump and I'd vote for him again.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think every one of us is Gen X. And so we all grew up when
We
you
grew up in
didn't
a great
have to
era.
agree.
Yes, we did.
You
Yes, we
didn't have
did.
to agree
Amen.
on, I mean,
I loved riding my bike until the light came on on the street.
Hearing my mama whistle
My
for me.
mom said, "Come home."
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love
That
that.
sounds
life.
like so cliche, but it was the truth. And yes, we really did drink out of our faucets,
So
our
true.
hoses, and
Hose was the best water, I swear, in those days.
I'm telling you.
You
And
couldn't
then,
run in and out of the house. You get in
and then when
trouble.
I had kids, that
Mhm.
era was great too. Even my kids will say, "Mom, we had such a great childhood,"
Mine
and
too.
I'm like, and it's great. But I'm telling you what, kids nowadays, oh girl, I don't even want to go in public no more because I'm like, oh my God, somebody do that something with that child because I'm about to lose it.
Yep.
Yes.
And it's just the way that we don't give the same rules as the rules that we lived by.
It's the
don't pass those
disrespect.
down. Yeah.
It's the
There's no morals
disrespect.
anymore.
We lose something in between,
Yeah,
and
but
I don't-
that's so sad to me because I have such respectful kids and grandkids, and I don't know. My husband set a precedence,
And that's the way it is when our grandson comes here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I see some kids and how they talk to their mothers, and I just want to go up and grab the mother by the neck and say, "Are you kidding me? This is acceptable to you?" Mine would have been, I would have slapped the shit out of mine, knocked him on the ground. What are you talking about? You gonna let your kid talk to you like that? Oh, that's called gentle parenting.
well, one thing that I'm not sure everybody realizes is, and I know this as a fact because my kids came home from school and started telling me how I could talk and what I could say. And I was like, where in the hell did you guys get this? Well, we had the child services at school, and they said mean words are abuse. And if you spank us, that's abuse. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, if you mouth off, I'm going to whack you. Then I'm going to beat your ass until the cops get here to pull me off of you. So, how's that working out for you? That was the end of that crap in my house.
Yep.
But, I mean, most of my kids, all I had to do was talk to them, and they were okay. Not that.
Oh, let me tell you, my kids knew the look. I didn't really. I think, to be honest with you, I think I only had to ever hit my kids once, each one of them once. And trust me, they never wanted to be hit again. And all I would have to do is look at them. You go to the grocery store, I'd give this look, and I'd be like, "You want to go to the car? No, I don't want to go to the car. Okay, then get over here."
So that's how it was with my 2 adult kids. I could give them the look.
Mhm.
My kids are in their 30s, okay, but I also have an 11-year-old daughter that was one hell of a surprise. And this child
Wow.
come out and she gives me
I was
the
like, well,
look
that's an age
worse than
gap.
mine.
Yeah.
So she's high
We have
functioning
15 years
autism.
between our son and our daughter too, so I understand.
No, mine
The
are like
look don't work with her.
mine are
Gives me a worse
39,
look.
37, and 32.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Wow.
no, I have an actual 40-year-old daughter and a 28-year-old son and
Wow.
grandchildren that I just adore, that are just wonderful kids, but it's re-implementing what we knew as kids ourselves, and it's just utilizing some of that towards the kids of today. And I think what we've done too, and this is just my opinion, but I think that we've dropped the buck, or passed the buck on to the next generation on some things, instead of taking care of it in our own generation. That's just my opinion on it. And I think that when you keep pushing it to the next ones, some of it doesn't ever get solved, because you keep passing the buck, because no one wants to take responsibility. No generation wants to take responsibility and say, you know what? That generation is a lousy generation, and we've got to get our stuff together, and we've got to be like this. They don't do that.
I'm
Everything
very
just
glad
keeps
I grew up when I did, and I'm glad that I'm past the age of having children in this generation.
Me too. I feel sorry for my grandchildren, though. I really, and my son, because he doesn't have a child yet. I feel very, very worried about him.
Because
I will
you
tell you,
you're against the world.
I don't really have the grandson that I have is not my son's. It's like his girlfriend. It's his girlfriend's, but they've been together for like 10 years.
Oh gosh, it's
Um,
yours.
yeah, so he's mine. But as far as having any of my own, I don't have any. My daughter wants no children. And my son said, that's it. He said, with the way the world is today, I'm not bringing kids into this.
I think that's what's taken my son so long, because he has a great girlfriend. He's not interested in doing that. He just told me, Mom, I've got to have a lot of money first. I said,
Well-
okay, son. He goes,
Well,
it costs a
think-
lot of money to raise kids. I said, it sure does, honey.
Think about going or being in your 20s now. When we were in our 20s, you could work and you could buy a house, you could buy a car, you could buy toys,
Yep.
you could raise kids.
Mhm.
And now, Christ, a new pickup is as much as a house.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Who
Yep.
has 110 grand laying around for a new pickup?
I know.
It's true.
And then houses, I know here in Colorado, after we got invaded from California, you can't buy a house for under 500, 600,000.
Well, let me tell you, we also got invaded from California, and that's
We
what's
did
happened.
too.
Now,
They
did I
drove the
pay $1
prices
million
up.
for my house? No, I did
Yeah.
not. But I only paid I think I paid 600 for this house, but it's now worth like $1.5 million. Why is that?
See, I mean,
Why?
some of the prices they drive up, some of the homeowners, it benefits, but the people that are just buying, it's hard, it's tough.
Yeah.
I told my kids have not bought yet, and I'm like, I hate to tell you guys, but you may not.
Yeah.
And we're discussing possibly. My sister actually lives in Parker, Colorado, and she has 35 acres, and she has a big cattle farm, and they built like a compound. So we're seriously thinking about doing a compound, and I have 3 kids. My youngest son will always be with us. He had a rollover car accident, so he has severe brain damage. So he'll be with us forever. And then the other 2 build
Sorry
them their
about that.
houses.
Sorry about that.
Thank you.
I have a
But my other 2,
TBI.
it's like if we have a compound,
So
we
I
could all
understand.
just be in the same place.
Yeah.
Because to be
That'd be
honest
really
with you,
cool.
right now, I think everybody takes family more important than they ever have in the past.
They need to.
And they
We
should.
need to.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, if I can say now, my daughter is my best friend. We hang out all the
I
time.
love that. I love that.
I mean, family is about the only one you can count on that isn't going to knife you in the back.
True.
And
This is true.
some family will knife you faster than a friend.
That's what my husband used to say. Sometimes you got to watch family because they feel entitled to be able to do it to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
and I used to say, yeah, I guess you're right. And he says, yeah. He says, you know, so people always say, why are you closer to your friends? Well, sometimes it's because you get to surround yourself with who you truly blend in with and love.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't always work out to where family is the closest thing, but be honest with you, we've always been, and I've always taught my son this too. When you get your family, like we had our family, and my most important thing above my mother, above everybody, was my family. Me, my husband, and my children. We all came first. We were all a unit. And I tell him, I don't come first. I've done my job. Now you need to do your job and your family. No, you don't need to come to my house for Mother's Day. If you want to call me and say Happy Mother's Day, that's great. But she's the mother. Do something for her. And that's the way I think anybody should do it, because that's what I taught him growing up. You have to, whoever you're with, you have to respect that person. And I've done my job. God gave me to you as a gift. I've done my job. My job is over. I'm proud to be your mother. But you do not have to come above anybody that you're with. And what does my son say? Well, I can't help it, Mom. I'm a mama's boy. I'm like, you need to
Nothing
cut
wrong
that real
with that.
quick.
I have one too, so
Yeah, right.
mine is too, and I do know that to be fact.
Yeah,
But
they need
I
to
try
live their
to
own
push
life.
them out as much as I can. You know, be yourself and enjoy life. You know, and grab it. You know, because there's a lot of good things to life. You know, and we have to be able to see that. And I think we see so much negative and the bad parts that
Mhm.
sometimes it just clouds our even positive parts.
Yeah, my daughter stayed with me for 9 months when this happened to my son, because I mean, it was just my husband had to stay here. He had to keep things running here, and we were in Phoenix at Barrows. So we were up there for 9 months. She quit her job, the whole 9 yards, came down here, moved back in with us. She was here for about a year, and I just looked at her and said, "You're done. You need to find a place to live." And she thought I was kicking her out. No, you're not. I'm not kicking you out. I need you to go live again.
Yeah.
You have been with me for 9 months. Actually, after that, it was like a year. You are only at the time, I think, well, she's 37 now, so she would have been about 35, 34, 35. I need you to get your own place and start doing things for yourself again. Because in reality, once I'm gone, once your dad's gone, if he's not moved a little bit farther than where he's at, you will be taking care of him.
Yep.
So I'm like, you need
I'm a
to
widow,
go.
so I know 32 years with my husband until I lost him.
We did 41 this year. We're at 41 years.
That's awesome. We'd be at 40. This would be our 40th.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I would do
But
without my husband.
it was great. You know, I mean, I was very lucky. And our
Me
family
too.
was really lucky, and he was a great guy. Wasn't
My
perfect,
husband
because
is
no one
great.
is, but he was wonderful. And
I
just
could
a
not.
very
I
good
couldn't do
family.
half of what I do if it wasn't for him.
Yep.
But we also appreciate where we are today because we built it together. It's not something where, oh, my mom died and left me all this money. No,
That's right.
we used to live, and anybody who knows Tucson, we used to rent this place off of Grant and Campbell. That was not a very nice area. All he did was he worked and worked and worked, and now we're at where we are today. But we worked to be here.
Yep.
Nobody gave it to us.
Nope.
That's awesome.
And that's what I tell my kids. Whatever you want, you got to work for it, because I'm not going to hand it to you.
I've never asked my family for anything. My husband didn't want that. He wanted them to know that he married me for love and that we could do it on our own.
Mm-hmm. And we did. All right, we
You
really
guys
got off the
continue.
path of Nancy, didn't we?
That's okay. I mean, we
I'm
did, but
sorry.
it's okay that we did that. I don't think Mystic minded at all.
I don't mind.
But I'm glad that you really answered some questions that I was curious about, just on the fact of that supervisory board was really sitting with me strange, because I just thought maybe they would, send him out, but it didn't happen,
Yeah, I never thought that would happen.
Yeah.
Number one, I'm pretty sure they probably knew about half of what was going on in his past when they hired him, but I think they did it more in a way to appease other people.
Yeah.
And the only way that we're going to get him out of there is we got to vote him out.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what we got to do. I mean, I'll be honest with you, nobody works for him, likes him. Nobody.
It's sad. I've heard that so many times. Can you tell me one thing about the 22-year-old, I guess the sheriff that kidnapped a 22-year-old or something we just recently heard?
I
Did you
didn't hear.
hear
I
that?
haven't heard
Oh, yeah.
anything about that. I
Did
didn't hear
anybody
anything
hear
about
that besides me?
I
No,
didn't hear
I heard
anything
it.
about it.
Oh, okay. So I don't want to make anything up. Okay. I did hear that, but I never
Okay, I'm
heard
gonna have to look that up. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, and I don't know what sheriff or anything. I just know it was a 22-year-old boy.
Wasn't that the one that called him and told him he was being harassed and there's a good chance he would get swatted? Then he got swatted and they came and shot him and now he's paralyzed?
What the hell?
Don't
Oh, no,
know
I
if that's
don't
it,
think that's
DJ,
the
but
same
you
thing.
might be on it. You might.
I don't think that's the same thing.
Okay, Mystic. Thank you.
And
Yeah,
and every, and you guys got to remember that when kidnapping can be anything. It could be I'm
Exactly.
standing in front of the door and I'm going, no, don't go.
Right. Right.
That's kidnapping.
Nikki, are you talking about the deputy that got arrested back in March, April for kidnapping and holding people hostage?
This just happened like a week or two ago.
Oh, I don't know. I've been
Oh, no, it
dealing
was like
with
a month ago.
fires and bears.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a month ago.
It was
So
about
you
a
don't-
month ago. A young cop.
Okay.
Oh wow. Was it here?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
It wasn't. I don't think it was Pima County Sheriff. Was it Tucson? I think it was TPD.
TPD. Well,
I
that could
just
be.
know it was a kidnapping with somebody.
There's
And
a
it
lot of
was
crazy
law
stuff that happens in TPD. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it was a law enforcement, and it was a 22-year-old boy. That's our male. That's all I really got out of the whole thing.
Is the PD as corrupt as the sheriff?
No, they're just way understaffed.
I heard that they're pretty good, but the
They're
sheriffs oversee them.
they're pretty good, but they don't. I don't believe the sheriff's oversees TPD.
I think they go first because it's county and it's Pima. So I think that they said that they were the ones.
No, there's
that-
different areas of Tucson that's Pima County. Like if
Okay.
I lived where I live up here, well, actually, I'm really considered Oro Valley, I think. Oro
Okay.
Valley or Marana, I can't remember. But the sheriff department only goes to certain areas. Like if you're in downtown Tucson, that is 100% TPD. If you're southwest, if you're certain areas, that's all TPD. And the TPD office is it's not quite in the middle of town, but the sheriff's office are more. Believe it or not, we're considered rural up here. So if I call the police, that's who's coming.
Well, generally, the incorporated town limits are PD, and once you cross the town limit, then it's sheriff. And so the sheriff will take care of rural and county, while the TP or the PD takes care of the incorporated city limit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, guys, it is getting late.
I'm sorry. We kind of ran off topic, so I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay. We can talk about anything. It's open. Open discussion.
Well, thanks for having me up, guys. I appreciate it.
I
Thanks
And
appreciate
if you
you
ever
coming
have a
on.
question
clarifying
about
some
stuff,
things.
just if you see me, just ask. I'll answer.
I appreciate
Alrighty.
you coming on. I know it probably took a lot to me. There's a lot of people that won't come on because they're afraid to say their opinion
Oh
or
no,
what
you
they
don't have to
know.
worry about that with me.
Um,
I don't have that problem.
so I appreciate you coming on, taking
Me
that
too.
risk of being jumped on because you don't know us,
I
you
don't.
know.
It's fine.
Me too.
But I love
Appreciate
it,
you.
and I encourage more people to come on, and let's disagree on things. Let's throw things around, and you're not the only one with a certain opinion. I'm sure there's others viewing that have the same opinion and would love to hear from people like that. So they're not just hearing our side, what we
Right.
think, what we say over and over and over on our streams.
Yep.
We want to hear that different perspective, different theories. So I really appreciate you coming on. I hope more
That's
people.
not it was my pleasure. I'm glad I came up. You guys are awesome ladies, and it was my pleasure talking with you.
Hey, not all of us are
Okay,
ladies.
well, daggone it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't see you there, DJ. I
Are you sure
apologize.
that D isn't for Diane?
And Mystic, be careful with that different theories thing. I might have some rabbit holes from hell.
Hey, my theories change from left to right, and with something like this, you got to have an open mind.
Yep.
You
You've
do?
got to have an open mind. You have to understand that we're not all coming from the same place
Cookie jar.
in our thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, it's you may like green beans, I may hate them.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean we can't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's what it's all about. So
I
And
love
that's what
that.
it should be. It's too bad the world's not like that anymore because they're just not. You can't even be. I mean, I have friends that are Democrats, but they don't want to talk to me because I'm a Republican. It's like, well, all right. Well, that's just great.
I have
Like
yeah.
people
I've never
in my
experienced that
family
before.
that don't talk because of politics. And I'm
Well,
always on them about that is the most ridiculous thing I think I
I
have
know. I'm
ever
like,
heard.
guys, it's not that big of a deal.
No,
It
it's
just
really
isn't.
not.
I'm still the same person.
Love
Yeah.
should oversee anything that you vote for. It should be love first
I
anyway.
don't know. It just seems to have started like in the last couple of elections. It's like, man, people have got hardcore.
Things have gone downhill. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
It's
crazy.
scary. All right, ladies. Well, thank you. I'm going to go in here and
Thank
spend
you.
some time with my son. And you guys all take care.
You
All
too.
right. Think you for
Thanks
coming
for
on, Tammy.
coming up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Any last thoughts, DJ, Nikki?
I think
I-
that was fantastic. I'm so glad that she did come on. It started out a little rough, but when you sit and you talk and you ask questions and you get other people's opinions and you keep your mind open, anything can happen.
Yeah,
Anything can happen.
that's
Well,
the truth.
I mean, we all watch the same people, and I'm pretty sure each one of us has parts of different things that we think, man, I would have handled that a little different. And so when I hope that Tammy inspired other people to come up and find out we ain't just
Me
gonna
too.
rat pack them, because I mean, even I might not say it publicly, but there are things that, and I'm sure you guys are in the same boat. There's certain things that a person looks at and thinks, yeah, I don't know if I would have done that. But, and I think that's where the tunnel vision comes in. It's about it, because in my mind, everything is about Nancy. I can overlook a lot of goofiness just in the thought of Nancy. And when Alex and Juice got arrested, I put in the Discord, they need to get together, make a big banner, hang it up in front of their house, and then do lives right where they live. And they would have the banner right behind them. And, they could still go live and it wouldn't bother anybody. On the other hand, I also understand you want to be at the house because that's the scene of the crime. And
Right.
when you're out there live, anybody that stumbles in and they see that house, then the reality sinks in as opposed to a banner's like, what the hell's a banner about? So, I mean, I can understand. The thing I do still have a problem with and will not change my mind is Sue Ellen hitting the tripod, and she wouldn't swerve to miss a streamer. They better be paying attention, and then walking down to have a verbal confrontation. Those, I see it as the neighbors are just as guilty as some of the things I don't agree with.
Well, we know for a fact that some of these neighbors are upset. We don't
Yeah.
have to agree with that. We don't live there. They do. They're upset. But Sue Ellen's the only one that took it to that extreme to where she literally collected.
Right.
I mean, I can't. I'm sorry. That she's batshit crazy. She's got to be. I understand she's pissed off, but you don't do what she did. She's nuts,
That's
in
not
my opinion.
my opinion too.
Um,
I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
yeah, being upset's one thing.
But
Doing what she did,
taking those
another.
kind of actions is another thing.
Like that's not being afraid of the streamers. That's not being,
Right. You're not too much in
uncomfortable.
fear.
I mean, she's I don't know. I don't know. She is old. Could it be dementia?
It could be.
Maybe I'm ragging on her for nothing.
It
Maybe
could
she
be.
can't help the way she is.
Do you know,
Or-
and I'm not trying to be funny with you guys, but do you know if an older person in their 80s gets a urinary tract infection, it can change their brain?
Yes, it can. It can.
Yeah, and that
it's-
happens a lot with older people. And I used to give her a little bit of grace because of that, you know? And
yeah.
then that cactus and feces thing came up, and I changed my mind again because I was like, that is not appropriate. That is just not cool.
Yeah.
You know,
So
but
I don't know,
I love you. I appreciate you having me on here. DJ, thank you so much. You've been a joy tonight. And thank you for Tammy for even coming up here. And thank you, chat and mods and everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you,
thanks for
Nikki.
jumping up here with us, Nikki.
I'm very honored. Thank you.
Nikki, did you miss your live? Are you still going live?
Oh no, it's tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow for my stories. Yeah, I'll tell a couple stories tomorrow about some missing people or some cold cases.
All right. Awesome. I'll be sure to hop in.
Thank you. I would love
All
you
right.
to. And I do a panel right after, so I'd love you to hop in, honey. Anytime.
All right. Awesome. Yeah,
Anytime.
definitely.
You're absolutely welcome. DJ, you're welcome too, honey. I start at
Alrighty, thank you.
7:30. The panel starts probably about 8:30 or so, somewhere like that.
Great.
All
I'll
right,
be on there.
thanks.
Yeah.
I'll be on there. Good night, Nikki.
Good night, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
All right, it's finally cooled off. I'm going to eat some dinner. I
All
told
right.
Brenda, I said the last week or so I've been cooking by headlight, so I had to see if I could cook with just normal light. Well, I have
Yeah,
a.
you stay safe, DJ.
Oh yeah,
Stay
if I can
safe.
get these bears ran off, everything will be good. But
Hey, those fires getting in closer. They'll be running off pretty easily.
I might be running off too.
Right? Yeah.
All right.
Definitely stay safe.
Thanks, Mystic.
Thank you, DJ.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Have a good night. I'm out of here. See you next Monday.